Welcome, in front of me is a Realme 6S, and today I'll show you how to go through the setup process of the device. So when you put it up for the first time, you'll be presented with the first screen, which is the language select. So from the list, choose your language, which for me it's going to be English right over here. And then tap on next. Then select your region, which will also determine the time zone. I stick with the US even though it's not correct. Next page, terms of service. So obviously you have to agree to it. Now the two below that are optional. So you have help us improve the services we provide, whatever, and help us analyze device problems. So like I said, these are optional. You don't have to agree to them. If you're interested in what they exactly do, you can tap on it to read more, but I'm just gonna skip it for now. Then you have use mobile data. So at this stage you can insert a SIM card, and this step is optional. You can do that right now after the setup or never, and the moment you decide to insert a SIM card, everything will work as it was always there, so it doesn't really change much. Then you have Wi-Fi connection. Now I'm gonna connect to some Wi-Fi right here. Now you can do the same. If you don't have any Wi-Fi near you, or you don't feel like connecting, you can always just skip this. And the only thing you will miss out on is logging into your Google account, which also will allow you to restore your device from, for instance, a previous backup. So this step is completely optional. Then we have Wi-Fi assistant. Now you could turn it on. So as you can see, in this Wi-Fi assistant, it basically switches to the best Wi-Fi. Also, when you enable this, it will give you additional option to switch to mobile network, which honestly, both of them seem to be a fairly good option to enable. Now, in terms, what it will do is when the Wi-Fi that you connected are right now is poor, it will automatically switch to a better one that you have, for instance, connected previously to. So it cannot switch to Wi-Fi's that you have not logged into before, so the ones that are locked, and it will only connect to the ones that you have passwords to, but it will, out of those, choose the best connection, and if none of them is good, it will then switch to a mobile network. So this is personal preference. If you don't want this, for instance, mobile network, you can completely disable this or both of them. Then we have copy apps and data. So like I said, you can restore the device from a previous backup based on your Google account. I'm gonna set out don't copy and set it up as new. And like I said, there's the Wi-Fi, or not Wi-Fi, the Google login. Now if you choose to skip the Wi-Fi connection, you won't see this screen. Because I connected to Wi-Fi, I do see it. And again, if you don't want to connect to it, you can skip this, which that's what I'm gonna do. And yes, I want to skip it. And then we have Google services. So you have services like localization, scanning, and send user and diagnostic data. Now you can read what each one of them does. As you can see the gray text, you can also tap on it to expand the text. And basically the location scans your location and helps apps, for instance, like Google Maps, determine the best route to your desired location based on where you are located right now. And you can disable all of them. As you can see, when you disable location, it also disables scanning, and scanning is for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth devices. You can see allows apps and services to scan for Wi-Fi networks and nearby devices at any time, even when Wi-Fi and Bluetooth is off. So probably actually this would be better disabled, honestly, it would seem. And then you have the send user and diagnostic data. So this gathers data on how you use your device and then sends it to Google so they can, for instance, try to improve the usability of the device in the future. Now, this is, I would believe, more of a collective gathering that they do. And for instance, if, I don't know, you like to turn off your device every night, don't expect them to implement that even though they know that you do it. And from there, like I said, you can disable all of them and tap on accept. And then we have the option to set a lock screen. Now again, this is optional. You can skip this by tapping on later. I'm gonna set it up just for this purpose here. And when you tap on it, by default, it goes to a 6-digit PIN, but I can change the locking method by tapping on other encryption methods. And you have also a choice between pattern, a 4 to 16-digit password, and just a normal alphabetical password. I'm gonna go with the pattern. So draw the pattern, redraw the same pattern once more, and we're set. And it automatically goes to the face recognition and next. If you don't want face recognition, you can skip this. I'm gonna set it up because it's a really quick one. As you will see, tap on this and there we go. It's set. And turn on raise to, this is basically when you raise the device, it will wake up the screen. And in terms also then use face recognition. Now unfortunately, from what I've seen before, the device, when it recognizes your face, it doesn't unlock. It just basically, you will see a little lock here that unlocks, and then you still have to swipe away. Now there is a possibility that there's a setting for this, well, in the settings, but I haven't checked it, so I cannot confirm that. So I'm gonna tap on OK here. And last thing that we can do is add a fingerprint. As you probably are aware, there is a fingerprint sensor. I'm gonna tap on cancel. I don't really feel like adding a fingerprint. It will take a little bit too long. And recommended auto update overnight. Self-explanatory, it will update overnight. And then home screen icons, it just allows you to change the look of the icons on your home screen. So let's tap on next here and import data. So this is different than what you've seen with the Google that allowed us to restore the device. This will allow us to download an app, and using that app, it will transfer all the data from the, for instance, current device to the new one. If you tap on import data, it will give you a step-by-step guide on how to do it and what you need to download for it, because it primarily, I believe, will use a standalone app that they have created for this device. I'm gonna set it up for later and set it up as new because of it. And as you can see, we're basically done. Welcome REALME UI, get started. And we're done with the setup. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.